Hello, everyone, and welcome to Streaming Rainbow. We're glad to have you here with us at the third episode of our final Halley's Children chapter, Heaven's Eye. When last we left our heroes, they made first contact with the alien race that was behind their empowering, known as the neighbors. With many an impassioned speech, the empowered of the world made the case to the neighbors that humanity is worthy of galactic citizenship. And now there is only to wait the 5 years for the arrival of the Galactic Library branch to Earth. So this episode encompasses that 5 year wait, and I'd like for you all to use it however you'd like. If you have important things to do in this time, if there are things you've been wanting to do with your characters or NPCs you've wanted to interact more with, the world is yours. I don't have a big prologue this time, so we're going to jump right into the action. This is this is the calm before the storm, so use it as you uh, as you would. So we're going to start with Ida. Ida, Eli, what are Ida's priorities and intentions during this 5 year period?
I think Ida's intentions and priorities are family. So they are spending as much time as they can with their siblings and with their niece and nephew and continuing to cultivate those relationships just to really get as much they don't their whole life post Comet has always been about experiencing everything and not missing out on opportunities because you never know when something will be gone. So they don't know what's coming in 5 years. Um they do believe that the right choice was made because it felt like the only choice that could have been made, whether good or bad. So what they're going to do is they're going to love fiercely and they're going to be with their family fiercely. And then they're going to be with Eternatus. I think that they're going to they they want to maybe work with Pagan on and others on prepping the world for this incoming thing that will literally change everything overnight. Um, Possibly, I don't know how much Halfthor and Jelena are going to want to be a part of the political side of things as far as diplomatic things of working with the rest of the world. Whatever the UN, like working with the UN of saying, hey guys, this is going to be a resource that is coming to our world. This is for our entire planet. So we've got 5 years to figure out how to not kill each other about it. Um, so first, most important is their what they consider their nuclear family, then Eternatus, then everybody else. As far as like building those connections and trying to make sure the bonds are as strong as they possibly can before they are inevitably tested to their limits. So yeah, that's that's what they want.
So thinking about that, about all of that whole 5 years and those three levels of priority that you're talking about, what is one scene you'd like to run with any combination of people or NPCs to highlight that? And I'm going to ask all of you for this, so be ready.
Um so okay. So I think that the family is something that is tried and true, and I think that that's been explored, and I'm good with leaving that to us. Um so I think I want to do maybe a scene which is um the Eternatus conversations before we go to the world at large. Um, and I think with that, I would leave that up to David and Courtney, how involved they would want to be, if they would want to be there for that. Um, Ida would not let Anoush happen be there. Sorry, Anoush, you're busy panicking. I do think Pagan. I would like Pagan to be there.
Hmm.
Probably Hurrit as our de facto ambassador. I don't know what role, like what title Hurrit has, but I feel like the ambassador of Eternatus makes sense. Um, and maybe and I think Gilgamesh as
Okay.
the oldest. So yeah, up to Habfor and Jelena if you guys want to be there or not. You're invited.
How far into our how far into this 5 years is this?
I mean, probably what 6 months. I don't know. We can't keep this under wraps for long. Maybe a year at the most.
Hmm.
Yeah, if it's quick, then for sure. Uh, Halfthor has plans off Eternatus in these
Cool. Awesome.
five years, so
Awesome.
it was
And
just a
with
Jelena, do
matter of being there or not. But yeah, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Halfthor will be there for sure.
Jelena as well, some discussions had been made with the council
Hmm.
prior, but it's good to have a wider conversation with everybody.
Yeah. So we'll go to a common room in at Eternatus where there is a gathering, a small gathering of you. Um, and Ida, would you like to start us out?
Right. So I know none of us can agree on anything ever, but this is coming. I think we all can agree on that. And we have all seen what the world at large can do when presented with a boon or a bane, whichever it may be. We can't keep this hidden. We shouldn't keep it hidden either way. But we can't keep it hidden anyway. So I would like to pick all of your brains and see what you all think how we should break the news to the world at large. We should probably present a mostly united front.
Um, while we were leading up to Heaven's Eye, there was a short list made of some people who we found trustworthy to notify right then and there. But that's when we were working on not knowing what was happening. These are a couple of political figures, but honestly, mostly I think they're humanitarians in many cases. Um, they're probably a good place to start.
Yeah, I think that the first instinct is to go with the higher ups, but I don't. I think that instinct might be wrong. I think.
Mm-hmm.
We need to work from the bottom here, or at least from the middle.
Yeah. If we...
The famous words of an ancient philosopher, "Porque no los dos?" I think that there's way more upside, and agree with Pagan that distributing this to the masses is a priority, particularly as information is pertained, as some governments may use this, even those who we talk to we don't control and have good relationships with. We don't necessarily control who their trade partners or their partners are. So particularly in those places, I think being strategic and surgical about how we do this and how we do everything moving forward is probably good. So I think in the places where it makes more sense, it's just the people. And in those others, Jelena brings up a good point. It helps to strengthen those bonds we have with these governments.
An above table question. Do we know where the library will
You have not been told.
manifest? No. Okay. That could also become an issue where people are agreeing and then suddenly it's in someone's territory and they restrict access. But it's a problem
I
for
don't know
later.
how much any... I think people will be so moved by the gifts from our neighbors, and if not moved, motivated by other means. And I think once that dam breaks, once there's a few hundred of us running around, I'm not sure how effective a government's going to be at all.
Hmm.
Hurrit speaks up and says, I think that's something that the governments will also be thinking of and will also be afraid of.
It's not, though. I mean, I think it just ends to... But there's no stopping it. Here's the thing. There was no winning here. We kind of all knew that. Somebody breaks the news that we stopped intergalactic trade and a potential answer to all of the world's problems, and we're the bad guys. We make it so power is more disparate. We're the bad guys. There's not a win here. There's just... we got to do what we think is the right thing. I also think that however many of us there are, there's a few in this room. There's always going to be... you could put the same tools in the hands of an apprentice and a master, and one is going to do... and they're going to put out different pieces of work, right? Different quality of work. These tools, although it will limit the ability of those masters of evil to do what they want to do, it comes down to the same. We're going to increase the rate of fatalities. We're going to increase the rate of disaster, the scope of these disasters. But it's going to come down to the same thing, and it's, can we stop each other? Can those with the will and the desire to maintain peace and order stand to those who don't? And whether it's children in a schoolyard or demigods with nanobots in their brain, It's the same struggle of humanity forever.
Is there an argument to be made? And Ida looks at Gilgamesh. You have seen many generations through empowerment. You have. I do not pass any judgment at this point on your effectiveness, but you have tried to shepherd. Is there an argument to be made to create resources to give to humanitarian efforts to pass out to the masses to help them through this transition so that they're less likely to be much like we were in Hastings, terrified of an egomaniac with a gun at that point, you know?
Yeah, we have a lot of those old programs and systems for when we found. Because we ended up, oh no, we didn't. We ended up like dealing with the Anointed at some point or another, right?
Someone else does.
Yeah, like some of them, not like in the story, obviously. I understand.
Yeah.
But like I remember that was like part of one of our montage scenes. Is like some of them eventually popped up, and we helped them like whatever. And then yeah, we also did the same for the Challenger transition,
Yes.
so we can sort of take that and build it out on a scale it out to, and I think inform people, set up structures for mentorship, contact, etc.
Yes, I think that if we created a structure for that, that we could expand into the world more generally as a preparation.
Then I think we take advantage of the university and offer a training program of sorts. So it's not only coming from us to try and get as many people informed as possible, but if we take 6 months to train up 50 to 100, that's 50 to 100 more people.
And those 50 to 100 more people can talk to others and spread it out.
Yeah.
Take the resources we give them and move them onward.
Yes. Collect other educators, pass it along, humanitarian groups, any of that. I worry about what Habfor alluded to of playground bullies getting, atom bombs. So, but
I think, go.
Yeah. No. Go.
Sorry, I mistook a pause for a
Yes.
period. It's unfortunate. I wish human nature were different, but I also think it only expedites a problem that was already happening. Technologies are tested and developed even as we speak, and as much as we do what we can to limit those, there'll always be another Fillmore.
And now we have a galaxy full of them to find out exactly what else is out there. Thrilling.
We have a galaxy to find out about me.
I think the more we can do to level the playing field on our end, the easier it will be for us to come together. Because, of course, I don't trust what's coming. But we have to be able to fight back. And this way, forewarned is forearmed.
Uh, as Ida begins to say this, I would like to activate my EMP ability. As
Okay.
the conversation shifts a little bit.
All right. Tell me more.
Whenever that Ida, I don't want to. If you have more to say,
Yeah. Yeah, go for it.
I think at that Habfor, and everybody would feel it. Habfor says, "I worry about being monitored, and as much as I hate these powers, I developed this technology to give us moments and minutes without it. Forewarned is forearmed. Us being skeptical, yes. I don't know how much benefit without this we should, and then he points to his temple. Here, we can have more detailed conversations about those preparations any further. But that is why I as well came here. It's too late. I tried to play too tight to the chest. And he gives like a bit of a long look at Gilgamesh and says, and maybe I was a little too hands off. But I think I think the world will hate us for what we've done, and they will have every right.
Mm.
And I don't think I can give these up now, because we're going to need every good person with them whenever they come.
Did you do the EMP as that?
Yeah.
So are we all okay?
Everybody's just a human here
Perfect.
for about 40 more seconds.
Cool. Awesome. Ida just kind of smiles at you like, yeah, it'll be okay. Like there's a lot of like love and understanding in that look. So
I guess I'll start on a curriculum.
I have work off Eternatus for a time. Her obviously will always, mostly will always be able to find me. So if there is a need for me, please call. Don't hesitate. But I will be away from Eternatus for a time.
great.
All right.
Operation X-Men Academy. Let's go.
All right. Do we want to continue this or pull away from there?
I think that's good.
All right. We pull back. Next is Anoush. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm going in the same order you voted in. Is there a reason for that beyond me being arbitrary? Who knows? Anyway, what are Anoush's priorities and intentions during this 5-year period? And what
You
seems
shouldn't have let me
influent?
go last, Courtney. You shouldn't have let me go last.
I think Anoush's priorities are reconnaissance.
Mhm.
I think the big takeaways from the conversation he had with the neighbors
Neighbor.
were, one, they used the nanobots like we do,
Uh-huh.
and two, they don't know anything about, or at least they holding their cards close to their chest about the temporal conversation
Mm-hmm.
that I had with myself, we had with myself. So I think what Anoush wants to do is, the big goal is, if they didn't give us that technology, there is a a a, a high likelihood that Anoush created that himself. So he's going to try to find a way to time travel.
Try to find a way to time travel. All right. How is
And
he
I
going
think,
about that?
well, I think the best person to help him with that would probably be the man of miracles himself, Mr. Josh Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with a combination of like hacking into the nanobot systems, and like using Josh's miracle powers, I think he's going to try to write some sort of like code or develop some sort of like device to like temporally shift, or to, oh, you know what he could do is that nanobot that was hacked into, try to like trace back the IP of that and try to figure out what happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So probably try all of those things. And then
All right. What kind of scene would you like to do with that?
I think Anoush and Josh
Okay.
are like at this desk of like just wall to wall screens, like big old Batman computer system going on. And he is like asking Josh to help him whenever like he comes to some sort of like block in a code or something. But I think like he is on the verge of either like a big break or like a big failure, whether like he will succeed at this task or completely fail and not have enough time to like restart before the 5 years are up. So I also think he is probably like tried to enhance Josh's powers as well with his little sticky tabs, patches, just to see if that will like boost anything. I think it's like very intense, like a bunch of cups are on the desk. He's hacking away, sweating at his brow. How you doing, Josh? How you hanging in there?
He like scratches at the patch that he just put on at your insistence, and he takes a hit of a cigarette and says, "I'm doing good. What I don't get is where you're going with this. Like where are you trying to get to? I feel like you've got your the things you're telling me are all over the place, man. Like what's your goal?"
Uh, Look, Josh, the goal is very simple. The goal is to develop something incredible. That's always the goal. The goal is knowledge, Josh. Everything boils down to it. We are knowledge full of meat and flesh. That is all we are. A ball of consciousness above us. We're all connected, and once I figure all of that out, everything will be perfect. And everybody will be safe always.
Cool. I feel like
Or
if
did you mean more specifically here right now? I'm
yeah,
a little
because like you're up
distracted.
here and I need you to meet me down here, right?
I'm so close, Josh. I'm so Josh and close. You have no idea. This could make or break everything. You've seen movies.
Yeah.
This is time travel we're talking here. Not some Harry Potter magic time travel, not some other movie that has time travel in it. This is real life time travel.
Yeah, but when you get it, what will you do with it?
Lore break.
We'll go back.
J.K. Rowling did not make those terrible books in this world.
That's right.
Official canon.
It's true.
It's a cartoon about a Harry Potter who
Yes.
is weirdly
It's a
time
Harry.
traveling.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
Mhm.
Just thought that was important
Yes.
for the
Jump
audience
Time
to know.
Traveler's Wife, the sequel of Harry Potter. It's one of my favorite books of all time.
Gross.
Anyway, what am I going to do with time travel?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be smart about it. I think I'm going to keep it to myself, keep a tight-knit circle, and we talk to, well, me. We need more information, and I think the best way to shortcut 5 years is following the signal and trying to hack in to whatever system I used in the future. And I don't know. Haven't you always wanted to know if a choice you made was correct or not? If it was the right choice empirically, without a doubt, either the right or the wrong choice. Haven't you wanted to know without any second guessing?
Yeah, every day, but
But nothing. This is the way to do it, at least for this question.
all right. I mean, look, let's follow your lead. Where are we going now? What's you hacking the nanobots?
Hacking the nanobots is easy. It's following the trail that they lead. That's the difficult part. It's all over the place. I mean, like, even though technology's advanced so much and the time we've discovered them, it's just it's a hard rabbit to follow down a hole, you know? But the thing I'm clinging on is the fact that they don't know about the technology we know that I used. So we can do something without them. I mean, look, just as a human race, not even myself, not even any of us out here at Eternatus, we've recreated what these nanobots can do to the body. I mean, at least to a certain extent. So there's some sort of spark in us. I can't lose that faith. That's funny. I'm speaking to you about faith. That's wild.
He takes a long drag and he says, "Yeah, man. I think let's follow. Okay. All right. Tell me what you need from me. I'm behind you now. I'm fully with you."
Well, I mean, I could use a miracle. I could use a really supercharged miracle to figure this out.
He stretches, does a little neck stretch. Says, "All right, I'll get out my mojo for you, Anoush."
Beautiful. I love a good cup of mojo in the morning.
All right, so for this, I think I would like you to make an investigation roll.
Perfect. I love to see it. I think I'm going to steel myself,
Mm-hmm.
let all my blood flow to my brain, and give me a little +1 to this investigate.
Excellent.
Here we go, baby. Okay. Got a +1.
Okay.
Superb, fantastic, epic.
Epic. I love that.
And you know what? I think I would love to use a fate point. I have a aspect tech wizard that
You
I
sure
think
do.
might fit here. I'll add a +2 to that.
All right. 2 above epic. and you have Josh helping you out with a little miraculous help. Okay, so here's how it goes, Anoush. You tap in. It takes you months to do, but you tap in to a network, and you know where this network is. You know where it is physically located. It is in orbit of the Earth, in middle. Yeah, it's like mid-Earth orbit is what it's called. Medium Earth orbit. That's what I was thinking. And there is a complex network there that you find of servers, and it's not holding information so much as processing information. So there's not a lot to find. It's like it's just they're doing its job. It's not recording things, but you find it, and as you explore it cautiously, because you have to be cautious, because who knows what kind of infosec the aliens have. As you explore it, you find a shape to it. There are many, many small. It's like what is the word I'm looking for? It's disparate. It's very uncentered, like a mass of servers around the world, literally around the world, and decentralized. Thank you. Um, um, and you find the way that it communicates between each other. It's not something you can replicate at first, but you find a way to basically make a connection with it that's more permanent. Um, like you can make like a little sat phone or something like that where you could like routinely check in with it, but it's hard to interface because it only wants to interface with its own systems, right? Like you don't know you don't know what it wants. You don't know. It's like going into a machine and you can see that it's all working and you see what it's like, um, but what is it doing? What is that? What is it doing? And you trying to interface it with it requires knowing what it's doing, and that's the part that is eluding you. And I'd like to use a dark matter simile here. It's like there's a lot that's just not doing anything, like it's just sitting and waiting. So as though a lot of it was just extra, you know, um, not currently making use of itself, but there and set up very specifically for some purpose. Uh, and you find where your future you must have gotten into that network to communicate with you. There was a line that is now closed that was directly going to a nano probe that was with you, and that was tapped into, and you can see how that was done, and make technology that will do that as well, but you're not sure how to communicate temporally yourself. Like you could receive something easy, no problem, if someone was transmitting. But actually like making a call to your future self, that's going to be beyond you at this point, unfortunately.
That's okay. I think Anoush looks at Josh. Wouldn't you believe it? More questions.
What kind of questions? Are they more important
There's
questions?
Maybe. There's a giant bubble around the entire world made of signals and servers, like a spy network. There was trillions of little spies, and they were all nanobots. But I found something. It's like a radio channel. I can leave it open and record whatever comes through, just so if somebody tries to talk with us from the future or from the past, we can talk back and maybe learn how to do the same.
That's something that's helped us in the past, so I'm gonna hesitantly give it a thumbs up.
It's something. Speaking of something, how did that feel when you used it? The patch I gave you.
Kind of tingle.
Did it do anything? You feel it do anything? Enhance your abilities?
Uh, it did feel weird. It felt like, um, I don't know. I just felt more in touch, like it was under my control.
That's interesting. Usually my abilities don't interact with yours, so might be a breakthrough.
Am I?
Oh, I think we can give this a pause, leave this channel open. Did you hear Jelena's writing some curriculum for some students to, train future generations? We might have an influx of teaching gigs.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes out because I don't know. It seems like in the history that we guys, sometimes I feel like I'm disconnected from you guys because I didn't have like the same backstory, but
Yeah,
like,
like NPC mode.
You weren't socially empowered. You were like
um, but like it seems like maybe being prepared is and maybe just sort of more generally prepared for empowerment is I can't imagine how much that could change things.
The last couple of sentences he said, Anoush has been packing up all of his stuff, has put on his coat, is at the door and says, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. I just realized I'm late for class. Bye." And
Oh,
closes
okay.
the door.
All right. And you leave Josh just sort of sitting there like, oh, okay. Takes the last
Smoking his cigarette.
Yeah, takes the last drag of his cigarette, pushes it
with
out
all
into
the
his
high
ashtray.
powered electronics.
Yeah.
Just inside.
It's Jesus. Who's gonna tell him,
I mean, Anoush won't get hurt by it, so it's fine.
Ida would. Ida has no tact. Ida'd be like, Josh, what are you doing?
All right. Did you want to go any further with that, Cameron, or did you want to pull back?
I think I'm good with the scene. I think Anoush just like leaves that channel open and records whatever comes through, if anything comes through. But
All
yeah.
right. Jelena, that makes it your turn. So, what are Yelena's priorities and intentions during this 5-year period?
I her priorities in no particular order currently. She's still preparing mentally, emotionally to eventually let go of these abilities. Part of that is she feels the need to go out and fortify what she can, where she can. So she'll be doing some traveling as well. She, of course, is not heading it up herself, or not the only person involved in creating this program for individuals. That would be an impossible task to take on by herself. So she's working with whomever is willing, available, guilted into doing it with her. But I think the scene I would like to run, if everybody is willing to do so, is a graduation party for the twins. They've graduated from whichever programs they chose to study in, or if it's not both, then certainly Lennox.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a family affair.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we imagine this being at? Is this in a home party, or is this in the university, perhaps?
I think she wants it a little bit more intimate, so it
Mhm.
would be at home.
Habfor steals a yacht
Steals a
and
yacht.
from a billionaire and brings it just for the party. So
Yeah.
we could have a private family party on a boat.
Gotcha. That's
He
great.
asks Mirawine's help, and she gladly aids.
Of course she
Dionysus 100% is like, listen, I can get behind that.
is.
We'll give it back, just not to them.
There's so much alcohol too. Dionysus is like,
Well-
here's a present. Here you go.
Privately, she's like, well, depending on who you stole it from, we can blow it up somewhere. They don't
Yeah,
need
we
it.
probably won't blow it up. I'm just saying, like, there's some pirates somewhere who are doing good that could use this.
Certainly.
Look at me, I am the captain now.
Yeah. So, food, music, drinks, and drugs, because why would she deny her children the joys of mind-altering substances, as long as they do so responsibly?
That would probably be a little hypocritical if she did.
It really would. This girl's been collecting mushrooms in the forest for centuries.
So
Yeah.
the party on the yacht. That's there's decorations. It's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. Tell me about how it looks. How set the scene.
Um. Oh. I think it's decorated in the twins' favorite colors, whatever those may be.
Mm-hmm.
For now, we'll say greens and purples,
Green and gold.
green and gold.
Green and gold. Love it.
And there are symbols like on some of the banners just from like the houses that they came from. So there are Nordic symbols for prosperity and ambition and growth and learning and love and fortune. A spellcraft written into it with love. And their friends are also invited. They have an open invitation list to invite whomever they would like to be there as well. Be they that little shithead who keeps egging our house thinking he's slick, to, you know, any of the empowered aunts and uncles and in between that they would like. But of course, everyone here is invited. And I think it's just a good time of being together. And she looks around at everybody and thank you for teaching them all you could. We could only do so much. And I can't even imagine how far they're going to be able to go with everything we've all given them.
The twins at this point are both looking a little bit inebriated, a little bit like they would be embarrassed, but they're pushing through it to be brash and bold instead. And it's Rowan and Lennox, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I thought I had it right, but I wasn't sure. And with you talking in front of everyone, Rowan goes, speech, speech.
You know, that's more your father's forte.
Ida yells, "Do it! Speech! Come on, Half-Thor, talk. Come on." I'm going to push you off this boat if you don't say something nice about your children.
I just want to let you know how incredibly proud I am of both of you. Without expectation, whatever it is you choose to do, you're going to make this world and what comes after it something amazing.
And Lennox speaks up and says, that is because of what you've given us. If, in as much as that is true, it's down to what we've been given growing up. And they both nod at each other. They have this. It's not like a language, but they
Twin
can,
speak.
yeah, they can glance at each other, and you can see when they're agreeing with something and when they're not, and they're aligned on this. They're obviously they're playing it down, but they are very full of gratitude for what has been given to them, and they're not taking it for granted.
She'll go forward and she'll hug her kids. And she'll give them each a little kiss on the forehead and sober them up a little bit just so they can party a little longer.
Yeah. So they use this time to party up and communicate with everyone, and make sure that they are interacting with everyone, and they're not the sappy type most of the time, either of them. Um, so they keep it lighthearted, uh, but there's real connection going
Mhm.
on at this party.
Jelena will go back to a table off to the side, sit down with everybody here. So how are we feeling? Because
You look sad.
no, it's like happy sad, I guess. My kids are
It kind
growing
of
up.
feels sad. Yeah. Every time they grow up, and then and we don't. And are you are you going to do it?
That's always when we decided to have them. The easiest choice I ever made. For me. That started a clock. I don't want to outlive them. I never did. Things are different now. I don't know what they will need, but I don't think that's changed what I believe. So my answer to you is I know that eventually I will. I'm just not sure when, I guess. But this is a celebration of my kids, and we can get them as stinking drunk or inebriated in whichever fashion or form we choose. And I'm not going to lie, that little shit down there, I'm still mad at him for peeing in my bushes when he was like 6, after I told him not to. So, I'm not above a little bit of pettiness. All in good fun.
Do you want me to turn into something truly horrifying and stalk him?
Wow.
I mean, just around the boat. I mean, all in good fun. I mean, not
You know what?
permanently. I don't have time.
It totally fair. I think once we get everybody, swimming in the water, if you have some particularly interesting aquatic creature, that could be fun.
I say we let Rowan handle it. They seem to have inherited my tactical nature and Yelena's vindictive one, so
So you're saying I should talk to Rowan about which form I should take and how I should be as I will become the blade?
I
I'm
think
happy to be.
coordinate. Yeah.
Coordinate. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. I did get your child weaponry that I will hold off on giving to her. I got it for Lennox as well, obviously.
It's
but
fine.
she's great. She's fully talented. I just don't know if I want to mix inebriation.
Yes, not right
revelry.
now. Yes.
I mean
yes.
now. I mean at this moment on a close boat.
I got them
Anoush is
laptops.
around. It's
I'm right
probably
here.
fine. I can just shut down anybody who decides to get a little crazy.
That's true. I'll get with Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This poor kid being chased around a boat in the dark by a nightmarish creature. We call that the Sophia.
Yeah.
This kid's name.
I was gonna say. Habfor was gonna say. We also could, outside of physical terror, I could give that boy about a half second peek into my mind that would maybe never.
Okay, he peed in bushes. I'm feeling like
Loved
I was
and
offering
defended?
up.
Because we care about you and the rhododendras.
They really
We know
threw
how
off the pH balance, and they were so upset. Anyway,
Yo, I think I've mellowed out a little too much in these years. That's terrifying. I don't like where this conversation is going.
Listen, I just want to go blah. Like
you have
I'm just
no
a cool
idea
man
what-
there.
I, as much as he's a little shit, I like his mother, and I don't think they need that therapy
We
bill.
can always
But
fix
you
it
know,
later.
okay.
We can always fix it later. We can
How
just
do you
talk
think I
to
got
the
this
little
yacht?
boy.
You think I did it by force? Walked up to that man, made him
I
give
think
it
it's
to
different.
me.
I think it's different stealing a yacht from a billionaire and
Technically,
traumatizing
he
a
gave it to
6-year-old
me.
child.
He said the words.
It's not
sure.
no. It's
you
not a
can use it."
6-year-old child now. It is a full
Or the full grown.
graduate.
As a full grown, let's kill him.
There we go. Olive
It
bread.
doesn't matter. He's a child. We're not,
She
like,
puts her
1,000
hands
years
out and
old.
onto Ida and Anoush's hands, and she just, I do love you, fools. Thank you.
Oh,
Somebody should.
of course.
No.
I was.
He gives you guys both a wink.
That's cute. That's cute. So these laptops I got your children,
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
Yes.
State of the art. They
You
can
don't
do
have
studying
remote
on
control
them.
of them, do you? You won't be able to open
That's-
them and call me when I
that's-
don't want you to call me from their laptop sitting in the kitchen.
First of all, I can do that with any technology. Doesn't matter
You?
if I've touched it or not. But they don't come inherently capable of
Either way,
me
I will
getting
make
backdoor
sure.
access. It would be very easy. I work at the company that they were made at. Like it's
Okay.
just
I will just make sure that the kids take them home with them and don't leave them at our place.
it's fine. It doesn't matter what laptop they have. I can still hack into it. Like
Yeah,
Anoush?
that's why there's no fucking technology in my house, Anoush.
Yeah, I do.
There
It's
is.
a specifically designed laptop by me, myself, hardware up.
Huh?
Yeah.
Anoush,
Boundaries.
I did
And I
just say I
shoot
love
it if
you,
it makes a
and
noise. I don't know.
I love you too. I'm not
Yes,
gonna.
yes.
I'm not gonna do
It's
that.
very true, remains true, and I know that you love your nephews, niece and nephew.
Mm-hmm.
Know
Yes.
this.
Mm-hmm.
I will grow roots through your brain
Uh-huh.
continuously for
Yeah.
an era
That's
if
fine.
you breach their privacy. That's it.
I would
I love
never
you.
do that. I love you as well. Just want to let you know I was answering the question.
Somewhere
I'm
in
sorry.
Ticonderoga, hidden away in the mountains, there is a wine press, specifically in your shape.
Anyway,
Hey
Why
y'all,
is it
it's
there?
been hundreds of years since I've done something batshit crazy. I think maybe for tonight we could just lay off old Anoush.
you know what? You're right. nostalgic with this particular batch of
This is the
mushrooms.
problem, Anoush. You're the only sober one because you can't get drunk or high, and we've
I can
all
get very
been.
high. I've
Well, that's-
proved that on a beach before.
Habfor
Remember the
is
80s?
actually sober.
I don't remember the
Whoa.
80s very much. That's
Oh,
surprising.
that's fine.
Good job.
We met a god.
Oh,
He wrestles Heracles.
yes.
Honestly, yeah. I wonder, where is Neris? Have y'all ever heard?
He
from him?
died.
I already died.
Shit.
Yeah.
I liked him.
No
That
one
was a
knows
really
how.
cool power.
It
Apparently,
just showed up
you
dead.
can boast to death.
It was either
I
that
think
How
that's
very
or the
Greek.
clam diving.
Um,
You can't die from
What?
that. I'll tell you that much.
Well, if you do it right. I don't know. I'm asexual. Can you? I don't know.
It'll feel like it.
depends on how long you can hold your breath.
The
Anyway.
French call it
Hey, did y'all
petit le
know?
mort.
There's like a blanket around the earth made of
Boning?
technology
What?
and signals and
Wait,
You
I
No?
know that?
what?
like the
Is this
satellite
the
field?
first of you telling us this, or is
Habfor immediately EMPs.
No.
So everybody on the boat who was using their powers is now not working.
Whoa.
Pagan falls out of the sky.
What did you say?
I said there's a blanket around the world that was placed there by the masters.
That's how
It's
they're...
the thing that connects all the nanobots, and that's how I hacked into it from the future. But
That's how they're gonna slay
I got a
us.
radio. You think they're going to enslave us?
yes?
It's a bite. It's a gift with a right. That's what these bots are. They can do what we want them to do until we do what we don't want them to do.
I don't know about that. They use the same technology. They don't seem to have a handle on it as much as we thought they did.
I think that's it, and I think that makes my plans that much sweeter. I can
Ominous
share
as
with you
always.
now.
What?
No,
The
Yeah.
plant? Okay.
I have 30 seconds left to share with you.
Do it.
At a time, at least. I'll share more a little bit later. I don't want any of this in writing. I am going to go throughout the world and do what I do best.
Kill people?
Foment revolution and kill people. I am going to make bridges with the most anti-gifted people that I can. And I am going to have them ready for when I set off a worldwide EMP to kill the masters.
Hathor. That could do a lot more damage than good.
I would rather live on in the Dark Ages or die starting them than be a slave. And if you disagree, you can try to stop me.
Hey, kid, I'm not.
There's no threat
So
in
I
that.
bought your kids laptops.
I'm just...
Oh.
If it turns out I'm
Courtney.
wrong, nobody ever else needs to know. And
That would kill
the
Mirwine.
bombs never go off. An EMP? No, it wouldn't.
I think it would.
A
It
worldwide
literally...
EMP would
If
absolutely.
it kills our
for the,
powers,
yeah,
her power is the water,
Oh.
so she'd
she
be
would
dead.
be gone. Yeah.
Like, that's just one example that floats to the top of my head, no pun intended.
We got about 5 seconds, so
They can read our minds, too, so they...
they can't read our
Not,
minds.
not with. We will continue this when we're not having a party.
And as it goes back on, I say, again, there was no real threat to what I said to you, Anoush. I truly mean that. I don't
Yeah, that would be
think we
wild
have.
because you just.
I don't think we have the time or the luxury to have long, drawn out discussions about what is right. And as others do other work, I will do the work that I'm skilled at. And if I am wrong, it was not a threat, it was a request.
Yeah, that was a crazy episode, man. You're right. Wink.
Habfor gets up, places a kiss on Anoush's forehead.
A real kiss?
A real kiss.
You
says,
touch me?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm gonna leave in the morning, so I don't know when or if I'll see you again. I love you.
I love you too.
Ida, you'll be running around the world. We'll cross paths.
I'll find you.
And then he just tells Jelena, I'm going to take the small boat out if you want to join me. Because this yacht has a side panel that opens up and a small rowboat can come out.
Of course.
You take out the boat.
I don't want to take up any more of Jelena's time. So if there's more, but I figured this was a good transition. I'm not going to give him up. And with that being said, I think it's just too good of an opportunity, and there's too much. And as he rolls into this speech about how he thinks he can convince people, Jelena's mind is taken to a very familiar pier that they share. For Habfor's part, there is there's no storm clouds today, but they are on the horizon. And the air is thick with tension. And he turns to Jelena in their mind palace. Says, I've already buried one family, and do not intend to bury another. I'm scared.
So am I.
I don't know what's coming, and I'm scared. It's not really up to us anymore, but I'm going to ask the kids to join me.
I was going to insist on this. I said it before I will fight with everything I have. Everything. For them.
I know that you will.
I intend. I hope. I want to be able to grow old with you. But if that's not to be, that's not to be.
I think the only reason Habfor can have a family is the I don't know that they would ever have verbalized this conversation, except maybe with kids. But I think the only reason he can have a relationship is that he has never entered or like altered any thoughts or their minds of those. That is sort of a like marker, right, of like Habfor's love or trust. And I think for the first time since he shared those thoughts of his life and the truth, what was to come in Belgrade, Habfor says to Jelena as he brushes her hair away from her eyes with his knuckles and cups her cheek, says, "Then let me give you one last gift, my love," and makes them both what he imagines them as old together. And let us take a walk by the shore.
Thank you.
I have seen this scene so many times in my mind. I've chased its vapors in my dreams. I want it to. But it seems that empowered or not, maybe I was always meant to die young.
My only ask which is a big one. Is that you need to be certain, not suspicious or pre-calculating. You need to be certain, without a doubt, that this is the only way. And I will trust you in that. Because if you do this, you're smart enough to know what will happen.
I do.
You are taking on the weight of millions of human lives in one moment.
And if it saves billions and weakens an empire,
I'm not going to
to
discuss.
be history's villain. And I will teach my children that it is always there's not too high a price for this kind of freedom, for this basic question of humanity. And I hate somebody. I wish it wasn't so, but the wheels of time and that curve of justice and all that we have gained and progressed, blood has been what has greased those wheels. Bodies are the road it treads on. I feel like I've never understood Robert more than I do now. Maybe for the first time in a long time, I miss someone. Because I wish I had his certainty. And I assure you, even if I am certain and I'm wrong, I always build a failsafe. Anoush won't be able to do it, but I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I hope this works out. I hope maybe it's just a few hundred years of adjustment or something. Maybe we just have to wear weird uniforms. But I thought the old guard, I thought the bitter people would save us. I thought there was a little more enmity than there was. Just another miscalculation.
You said you're leaving tomorrow.
I don't have time.
And you're taking them with you.
If they will come.
You know they will.
Rome will. Max loves his mama.
He does. And that's exactly why he'll go. I'm done crying for tonight, and I want to go celebrate with our children. I do love you.
And are you? Thank you for the life you've given me. And with a kiss, they're back on the boat. Habfor rambling about logistics of repairing relationships and certain political maneuvers that they may need to do to have certain people step down or step up. And Sarah, if you would allow, I would like to cheat a little bit because I have a family and have one more conversation before I head out.
Yeah, for sure.
in Gilgamesh's mind.
Mm-hmm.
He hears a message that says, if you would, there's something I'd like to discuss with you on the 4th deck library.
We're
I'll be
keeping
there.
this boat.
All right. Yes, Gilgamesh will go and meet with you in the library. He comes in and he's very much wearing his feelings on his face. He's got a little bit of dread about this.
Habfor is wearing olive green cargo pants, like some army surplus, no t-shirt,
Oh, no.
tattoos and scars and everything else showing. Looks at Gilgamesh and says, I'm going to turn these powers off for a minute. I'm going to find out an answer I've been looking for a few hundred years, and then we're going to have a really good conversation.
His eyebrows.
And I would like to
go up.
wrestle Gilgamesh.
Excellent. Absolutely. Of course. I was like half expecting this. But I am delighted that it's happening. Okay. So we're gonna you set off the EMP and your powers fizzle out and his powers fizzle out. He is in his normal form, which is still a very, very big man. And we can wrestle. Wrestling, I have famously been bad at tagging exactly what to roll for wrestling. So you can roll either fight or athletics or physique. It is up to you.
I had a really hard time building this character sheet because I have fight as superb. And there's a few others that I would have been much more useful there for the season, and kept it there for this interaction. I have paid for this interaction with blood. Okay, what are we off to? All right. I can only find 2 of my fate dice right now, so I have to roll 2 at a time. That was even, and that's a +1. 2 superb is excellent.
Okay. He +1 to superb. He gets +2 to great. So you are starting off locked in position, just like, and you can see him like start to grin as he feels matched. And,
I would like to go again.
Yeah, let's go again. Oh shit! All right, he's gonna tag his aspect to re-roll that because that was shit. That is better.
There it is. I can roll a 4.
Downstairs, as the lights have gone off on the boat, Jelena looks over at Ida and goes, he's fighting him, isn't he?
Of course.
Yeah.
Should we wrestle?
No, I don't have anything to prove. So
Jelena puts her arm out on the table for Anoush.
Yes.
Gilgamesh got a fantastic on that one. What'd you get?
I got 2 plus superb.
That is, I think that is epic.
I think so.
I should really memorize these things.
It is.
I've been playing this game for 3 years. No clue
I
what's past.
literally
Superb.
have the ladder that I created for Lantern Cove up on my screen right now because I will never
I know.
remember.
I usually have it, but I actually turned off my computer for a few days, and it's not up right now.
All right. So yeah, you're locked up for a minute, and then you shift your weight, get your center of gravity just below his, which with his tall stature makes it a little easier, and get to that point in a wrestling match where you feel, oh, suddenly, oh, it's my center of gravity now, not your center of gravity, and are able to take him to the ground.
Halfdor stands over him, says 10,001, and offers a hand.
Oh, he's laughing, but he's also crying. Just like tears coming out. Like he's not like crying, but there are tears coming out of his eyes, and he's laughing. Um, and he accepts your hand and lets you pull him up. And he says, "I feel like that's been coming for a long time."
You didn't know me uh, when I was actually young.
No.
It's probably good. Probably would have hated me as much as I hated myself.
Mm.
But there's always a. And I grew up like we all did. But there's always a part of me that's chasing brass rings that everybody says are out of reach. Can I pour you a drink?
You sure can.
And Halfthor puts his clothes back on, enjoying the ache for a few seconds before the bots go back on.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down on these ostentatious leather chairs. There's no it's a lot of stories I could tell to soften the blow or make it funny or more memorable. There's been a directness between the two of us, and I think you're owed it. I apologize. I judged you too harshly.
Mm.
I think first paranoia, who we could trust and who knew what, plant seeds. And then I think I raged at your failures. Because I thought I could do better. I thought there could be better done. I thought there could be more. And I don't. And maybe there was. Maybe there wasn't. There definitely was. But maybe there wasn't better that you could do. And that's fine. And I think you became the lightning rod, the face, the epitome of my raging towards fate. My frustrations with my inability to change.
You've been the face of my own self-loathing and sense of inadequacy for a a good many years, so I think we're even on that.
Fair enough. But I didn't do it the way you did it, obviously, and I don't think that I'm leading us now necessarily. But it is, I've had a large say in the structure and approach of Eternatus, and I worry what may come. And the weight of it brings me here. I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years, but if it's not gone, or if it's not good, I don't imagine I will be around very much longer.
Mm. You intend to put yourself at the crux of resistance?
I have a plan.
Good. Don't tell me.
I wasn't. But part of that, if I'm wrong, misguided, compromised, or just mistaken, and dangerously so, there's not many who would be able to stop me. I don't know that Jelena would have the heart. And we both love Hewitt. But he sometimes lacks the will to fight too.
That is true. I find few faults in her, but that is one.
It is. It is why he needs me, but it is also why men like us need him. But Hewitt is not what I need right now. I
You need a fail-safe.
There's no one I can think of more that deserves to kill me.
I think I've had a dream like this.
I think I might have given it to you.
Yes.
Habfor stands up, walks across, says thank you, shakes his hand, and celebrates with his family.
Before that,
I know we need to see the arm wrestling.
we gotta fucking
Oh,
do this
yeah.
arm wrestle.
And I also, if you're gonna steal the kids, I've got a gift. Auntie Ida has a gift that I want to talk about. But yeah, I want to see the wrestling match, arm wrestling match. Let's go.
Cool. First off, I steal myself, give myself a +1 to it. Then I touch Jelena, steal her power, and give her a -2.
Rude.
That's definitely cheating.
That's fully cheating.
Yeah, I'm 100% gonna fully cheat. I'm scared.
She's not gonna. You're muted, Courtney. Courtney, you're muted.
I know she's gonna do the same thing to me.
You're not looking at my character sheet. You really don't need to be scared. Well, it doesn't matter what I roll. or what shenanigans I pull. Because you gave me a -2, everything comes up as a mediocre.
You can give me -2 too.
Nah.
Nah. Okay. I got a superb.
Ow! Anoush! That hurt!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was.
Rowan!
Deep below
There's-
decks, Habfor feels something in his spine.
Somebody hurt my wife.
His pupils dilate. The hair on his arm stands up. And he turns
Mark.
to Gilgamesh and says, I need to find my wife right now.
Terrifying.
I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna do some magic. I didn't know.
Anoush, we're just having fun. What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I thought this was gonna be more intense than it was. She's so intense sometimes. You're so
love
intense.
me.
Can we say
Witchy
that, like,
woman.
as Anoush is saying that, Rowan is currently grabbing him by the collar to throw him overboard.
Throw me off. It's fine.
I
I deserve it.
And if you would allow, kind DM, I think she would turn to the crowd, raise her beer, and say, "What's the score on 10? And who's got next?"
Beautiful.
At
And
some
you're
time in the
present.
night,
Yes.
at some time in the night, after I turn into a terrifying sea monster to scare their friends, we all have a laugh. I'm back on the boat. Ida pulls out, handing a larger, well, not even wrapped, because that he doesn't care about any of that. They think wrapping is stupid. But they hand over a handmade bow with etchings of the wolf in the leather grip, and hands the bow and arrows. And this is a traditional, this is not like this is traditional weaponry. This is not compound. This is not like, there's no bells and whistles. This is old school. Handing it over.
6 foot, 120-pound bow.
Yeah. Well, if I like, up to you guys. If a longbow is what Rowan's good at, great. If not, but yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever.
I was just thinking of like a real like
yes.
Chinaman on the wall, like
yeah. This is, but the bow and arrow is handed to Rowan. Whatever weapon that she has her proficiency in, she's very proficient in weapons. But this one. For her, and to Lennox.
Rowan's most effective is similar to her dad, the axe and short sword.
Oh, didn't somebody have range?
Lennox
was range. Let's switch it then. So Lennox has the bow that's with a ranged weapon. Again, but the big thing is that there is always the imagery of the wolf. And to Rowan, it is not a sword. She is fine with those, and that is not something that Ida would ever step on for Habfor. But there are 2 carved wolf-handled daggers that have all kinds of an amalgamation. And this is true for both weapons. It is the wolf of every legend. It is Fenrir. It is the big bad wolf. It is every legend that Ida has taken into themselves and striven to become. And these weapons are handed over because they know that the twins will care for them and use them and honor them. But Ida also wants them to always know that Ida, the wolf, will always protect them They're under Ida's protection, and everybody is. So they always want to have, no matter where in the world we all separate to, these two pups will always have Ida at their side, both figuratively and, if necessary, a terrifying cryptid monster will come in and absolutely rip everybody to shreds if anybody dares hurt either one of these. So before they go off with Habfor, they have a little bit more in their arsenal. So
They are very grateful for it.
yes.
Before, I think the only things that Habfor does otherwise before he leaves is at one point tells her goodbye, tells him he has a plan, but that he can't tell him what it is, and that he hopes that Hewitt's talents will be much more necessary than his. And that he loves him. He's proud of him. And that the great thing about a long life is the same thing, is the same byproduct about as the same thing, or the as the bad part about a long life, which is you always remember your biggest mistakes, but you also have every opportunity to make them up. And when the time comes, to do what he must. And then I think Habfor takes his kids on a college tour. He takes them to Hastings to show like where he grew up. And then I think he goes through the Balkans, where he did a lot of that anti-Catholic church work. And like I think there's probably like a few legends there, and like in the Americas, and in both South and North America, and all he goes to like all the places where he made the big differences and shows what he's done. And all the while doing that stuff that we'll have to negotiate off camera about what works and doesn't. But and he shows them, right, the benefits and the beauties and the good you can do with these powers and with this life. And I think sometime, maybe like a year or so into it, he gives them forewarning, and he tells them this will not be easy. But he violates his unsaid contract with his kids one time as well, and he shares with them the difficulties of a life of 1,000 years. He shows him watching. He shows what Habfor saw as he came back to his house with his wife and his child. He shows them the many times he's come back around 10, 15, 20 years later to somewhere he'd been before, and someone was gone, or missing a limb, or hurt, or sick, or bittersweet, but maybe still worse, they were still around and he got to watch them die, hold their hand at the bedside. And he shows them the visions of Jelena tending to his gunshot wounds, the carnage after Hastings, the the horrors he saw in World War II, the things said, the thoughts and terrible musings of the leaders who he's plucked secrets from. And he tells them at the end of it, on that same pier that he always brought Jelena to, the choice was always going to be yours. Me and your mother would never push you one way or the other. But if you take this, and even if everything works out fine, you should know the cost. I loved you for 1,000 years. So much longer before you came, I wished and prayed for you to come into my life. And every expectation I had was shattered. And every thirst and desire for love quenched. You are. I can truly say there are few men more accomplished in this world and the history of it than me. And when I list those out, being a good father to you two will always be at the top. I don't know what's going to come. But once more into the breach, we go. And if I don't make it out, take care of your mother. That is not a request. It's what will happen.
It is.
And also make sure Anoush doesn't take over the world. He's doing really good for a few hundred years, but just, you never know. I love you, kids.
They give you big hugs.
And then after about a year, he sends them home. Right. He continues his work.
Before I close this out, does anyone have anything final? All right. So the days continue to pass as days do when there is a future on the horizon. 2066 comes, and the return of the neighbors is expected any time. There's a tension in the air, as though the world is holding its breath waiting. Days pass, months pass uneventfully. And then, on October 12th, 2066, as Earth passes through the Orionid meteor shower, the massive temporal engine in orbit around the Earth powers up. The sky is awash with colors, as though the entire planet were inside an aurora, and then everything becomes very, very confusing as the Earth is dragged backwards along its own timeline. Everything changes as the world is altered. It is once again 2061, and you just made first contact. But this time things didn't go the same. This time, the world was a terrible place for the empowered, and humanity failed the test. And it all started in the 80s, with the death of Pagan. That's where we're ending our story for today. Join us next week as we find out what kind of alternate timeline the world has just been dragged into. Thank you for joining us, and everyone, take care.
What the fuck?
Sarah.
See, this is why Eli and Ida don't worry.